Now, I had a question from Sharla, was asking about converting photos to black and white pencil drawing. And this is really nice, a nice effect that you can get. There's a standard way to do it. And one thing that I find is that a lot of people would like to get outline as clear as a coloring book. Unfortunately, unless it is a vector, you're not going to get something very clear, but you can get the look of a pencil sketch done. So for that, I'm going to duplicate this one so we can have a comparison. The most obvious way will be to go under Effects, Art Media Effects, Black Pencil. And depending on the photo you have, you might adjust this. You don't want to go to 100 because you can see how it has way too much. So you can go down until you have enough details, but not too much. So depending on the photo, that can go higher or lower. So this is one way. That's probably the most obvious way. However, you can also try other tools. For example, you can go under Effects. The charcoal can also give an interesting effect. Pretty similar. It seems to have a bit of a 3D effect. Another one that we might not think of is under Effects, Edge Effect, Find All. And you can see how that's a little different. And from this point, if you want to increase the blackness, or you can go under Adjust, Brightness, Contrast, Levels, and you can darken the line. So that's another way to do it. And yet another way would be under Effects, Edge Effects, Trace Contour, which is a little different. As you can see, it's more the contour than the sketching. But sometimes it could be useful. And sometimes what you might want to do is to use two different effects. So if you have your layer and you right click and duplicate, you can apply, for example, the edge effect, Find All. I might use this one. Let's hide this one for now. Let's go at the bottom and apply the Art Media Effect, Black Pencil. And maybe something like this. And at some point, you might see that some details will appear with one and less or more or less on the other one. So that way you can play now with the blend modes so that you might be able to get both together. So let's use that. Multiply. No, I think multiply will be good. So you can see how multiply with the top one will add more details. Also, what you could do is take your photo. I did not make an extra duplicate, but what I want. Let's say I want to add this as another layer. And maybe I want to darken it. So I can adjust brightness, contrast. I go to the levels. I'll darken. Maybe because I want to have the mountains in the back, or maybe the lines, and then I will apply the same effect. I'll choose the edge, find all. And if there are some areas that have too much, I can erase those areas. So I can just remove some effect from that one particular layer and get the effect from below. So you can see how you can actually combine different layers, different effects with different blend modes and get something interesting. Once you're happy with that, you will just right click and merge visible and you get something interesting. It's really a good idea to experiment because depending on your photo, some photos will yield better results than others, which is one reason why I find that scripts made for photos tend to not always work because some pictures are going to be lighter, some darker, some have more contrast, some have less contrast, and those tools don't necessarily behave the same way depending on those settings. Hey there! I hope you found this information helpful. If you're curious to dive deeper and explore more about PaintShop Pro, we've got a wealth of resources waiting for you in our membership area. There, you'll find in-depth classes, workshops, Q&A sessions, and much more to help you enhance your PaintShop Pro and digital scrapbooking skills. Feel free to check it out. The link is in the video description below. Thanks for watching and see you in the campus!